What's up, guys? So yeah, it's been a while. Apologize for that. I've been really sick for the past week, and I just didn't want to make a video if I wasn't, at 100%. But we're here, finally talking about Bleach, and we have about what 6-7 episodes in. What are we at right now? Let me see real quick. Yeah, so we're 7 episodes into Bleach at the moment. Boy, is there so much to talk about. So this video is not going to be super long or super in-depth. I think once the actual season is done, again, this is 4 cores, so the first core is going to be like, what, 12, 13 episodes? I think 13 actually. So after that, I will dive a little bit deeper into the season and all the intricacies and, what I think about it overall. But I think it's safe to say that the Bleach anime has been the best anime of this season so far. Now that is very high praise considering the caliber of anime we have. Chainsaw Man, Mob Psycho, My Hero, Golden Kamuy. So many really good anime this season. But let's be real, man. Bleach has been a non-stop joyride ever since episode 1. The art and animation of this arc has been like the color palette that they're using day and night and how that affects the way they draw the characters and the settings. One thing Bleach has been definitely criticized for in the past is that the movement and the fluidity of the animation hasn't always been the best. Of course, there's been moments and there's been really good fights like the Ulquiorra Ichigo fight, the Grimmjow Ichigo fight, but overall that is definitely a valid criticism that Bleach has had. But not anymore. Wow. Episode 6 and 7. Back-to-back episodes of just animation that I just never would have expected to see in Bleach. I mean, first off, I never would have expected to see this arc animated in the first place. So that itself was a surprise to me that I'm still not truly able to process. The fight between Yamamoto and Ywach and Ichigo and Ywach in episode 7 were just some of the best moments, and I'm definitely gonna remember this for a very long time. Definitely surpasses the manga, definitely a one step up. It's surreal. Let's talk a little bit more about the love that's being put into the show before we actually talk about the content a little bit more. So if you guys didn't know already, the people that are working on Bleach have made it a mission to put as much passion and love into this project as they possibly can. And to that end, they have stated that they've been, consulting with Tite Kubo pretty much regularly for this anime, getting his thoughts on what should be cut, what shouldn't. The reception by the staff has been, something that is honestly not something you normally see in anime. Usually you have editors, but it's not often that you go back to the original creator and get their input for every little minute detail for an anime, right? There's a little bit of creative liberty that anime studios take. They have the general idea of where the story should go, but they kind of do it in their own way while following the source material. I mean, that just kind of shows the respect that the studio and the overall anime community has for Tite Kubo, which, I mean, he's a legend at this point, so we definitely gotta put some respect on his name. And so getting his input for what scenes should be cut, certain scenes like, comedy scenes that should be cut, because Bleach has always had comedy, and I think Bleach is one of the few anime that is able to balance comedy and more serious moments in a way that doesn't detract from the flow of the episode. But Tite Kubo has said, we're already condensing this down. We got like 200 chapters or something to work with? No, not 200 chapters, something like that, for 50 episodes. So this is gonna go really fast. They're cutting stuff out, but at the same time they're able to add extra scenes in. So I'm perfectly okay with the comedy scenes being cut down a little bit. Right from the jump, from episode 1, you can tell this is not like any other Bleach arc. The atmosphere is completely different. They put so much emphasis into the fact that the Soul Reapers and Soul Society and Ichigo are going through like true despair. So I mentioned that they're adding extra scenes. So what exactly do I mean by that? The whole scene with Yamamoto grieving over his lieutenant's death, that moment where it's like really quiet, we have kind of like a white background, that's all anime original. And it really drove the point home that Yamamoto's rage was boiling inside, that he's getting more and more angry until the very moment where he actually explodes and, rushes to fight Ywach. Also in episode 7, we had a pretty lengthy intro sequence where we had the original 13 captains fighting against the Sternritters in the, war that happened 1,000 years ago, and that was something that was in the manga, but it was only there for like a panel or two at most. So the fact that we got so much There's so much fluid animation. We got the designs of these characters. Oh, and you know, that it makes sense now why we got this, because Tite Kubo had released a drawing of all the original 13 captains a few days, maybe even a week before. The ending song of episode 7 also had the original 13 captains in it. So it's just they're putting so much love into this, and I love it. Now, I hope that the original 13 captains do have some sort of role in like maybe a future project that Tite Kubo might do. If you guys read the one shot of Bleach, I won't go into any spoilers, then you could see how that could relate to this, and how, yeah, if you read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or we could just have a flashback arc of the previous Blood War. I mean, I'll take it, man. Getting to see these original 13 captains and how they are, you know, savages, killers, completely unlike the captains that we have currently. I would definitely love to see, you know, them come to life a little bit more, voice acting, and just see everything about them. I feel like a kid again, man. I'm getting to watch one of the most cherished anime in my life once again. It feels a little bit surreal, I'm not gonna lie. I actually went to AnimeNYC this past weekend, and the amount of Bleach cosplays that I saw was just amazing. It was awesome to see, man. You had like Vassal Lord Ichigo, you had like Ulquiorra, you had so many Bleach characters and captains, and even some Sternritters. And so the love was real for sure. I actually went to a panel at the convention where you had the English voice actors for Rukia and Uryu. Unfortunately, the voice actor for Ichigo was supposed to be there, but he couldn't make it. So that was kind of a bummer. But I really love to see the voice actors for Rukia and Uryu, and seeing just their thoughts on coming back after 10 years to voice their beloved characters. This is my first time ever seeing them in person. So that was definitely something. The questions that they answered, the interactions with the crowd, it was just a really good atmosphere overall. You could tell like there was a lot of like love there, and it really just felt like we were all just one big community. Ywach, definitely one of the scariest villains of this arc, and so much has happened in 7 episodes that anime-onlys are probably wondering, how do we have 40-ish episodes still left of this? Doesn't seem like there's too much left, but just you wait, there is so much more. If you thought this was the extent of Ywach's powers, for example, you're wrong. I think we can all agree to that. One thing for sure, I know people loved was seeing Aizen again. That was one of the best villains of all time, easily. So as of episode 7, everyone is down bad. Yamamoto has been completely sliced in half. I think it was a proper send-off for an amazing character, a character that we didn't get too much of, honestly, in the original Bleach. And it's just a span of 7 episodes. We've gotten so much of his backstory, his flashbacks with Shunsui, his flashbacks with his lieutenant, obviously the old war, and I think they did it justice in the manga. His death was definitely impactful, but I don't think I felt it as much as I did when I, watching the anime. So props to them for that. And now Ichigo has his sword broken by Haschwald, and yeah, something is definitely gonna have to change. Gotta pick up the scraps, gotta recuperate, and try to figure out a strategy to deal with this threat that seems to completely subjugate everyone. These enemies are in a class of their own for sure. There's so much mystery behind them still. There's so many characters that we didn't even get to touch yet. They are definitely stronger than we could even imagine. I mean, as soon as they pull up, they're killing characters left and right, and not just fodder. They're killing like pretty important characters. I mean, look what happened to Izuru. At this point, if our head captain's dead and Ichigo's sword is broken, doesn't look too good. I knew going into the season that Bleach was very likely going to be my favorite anime. It's just 10 years of wait and anticipation is just something you can't really rival, man. I don't care how good Chainsaw Man is. There's just the personal connection I have to Bleach is something unlike any other. 1,000 Year Blood War, 10 out of 10 so far. Everything's amazing. I'm eager to see what other extra scenes they put in and what they choose to cut. I think what I'm gonna do going forward is probably kind of read up on the manga again and kind of see the differences a little bit more, and maybe do that weekly as well. So I really want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on the anime so far. This might be a bit of a longer video, and it might be a little bit all over the place, but there's so much to talk about, and definitely gonna have another video at the end of this season, kind of wrapping it up. I think I'm gonna do that for every core of Bleach. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are about this anime down below in the comments. How you guys feeling about Bleach so far? Do you love it, or do you love it? Hit that sub button, guys, and that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. Might have said that already, but do it twice. Who cares? And I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Or